a video coming up where I'm talking about the transition I made from using a flat pick to a thumb pick, and I'll show you how to modify it, and I give you some exercises. Stay tuned. This is a Herco Extra Heavy. When you buy these thumb picks, they are as long as the orange one sticking out. So I file them down. And I do that and I make them round like the shoulder of the pick. That shoulder of the pick looks very similar, except it's a little, the thumb pick's a little filed down and shorter. So I'll go over this process really quick and I'll give you some great fingerstyle exercises to use that you can try and learn how to use a thumb pick and have more success. I have a lot of people see me play and they're like, man, I tried playing with a thumb pick, but it just didn't work. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're too long when they sell them for that particular purpose. I think if you experiment with shaving them down, you may like it a little better. It may make more sense. Okay, so what I did is my friend did this, it's a stone pick, and it's about the size of a Jazz 3, and he glued it on the bottom of a Herco Extra Heavy, like I used to do. And he gave this to me to check the stone pick out. Well, I'm going to use that to make a template. So I can put the store-bought Herco, the same size, inside, and then I have that. And then I used a pencil just now, and I did this. So now, all you have to do is snap that with some snips. And they're going to fly all around your house when you do it. And that's pretty close. I just sweep those up. Okay, and then now I have a Dremel, and it's a rainbow, a rainbow Dremel at this point, and I've got it about 20, speed of 20, and then I just put this on and shape it, and then you bevel the bottom, you bevel the edge, because if you don't, if you just have it just a straight edge, straight the way it is, it's going to scrape the string. Once you get a pick and you like it, you notice you start getting a beveled edge on it just from playing it, and it's a lot smoother on the release of the note. That's basically what you're going to try and accomplish here. So here we go. So now it's starting to take shape. I'm going to do some more Dremel work on it and then use an emery board to fine sand it. The really tough side of an emery board. So I'll show you the finished product next. All right, I've got that pretty close. It doesn't look homemade as much as it did. Okay, so now I take the rough side of the emery board. You can see I've already used it to fine sand some bone nuts, bone saddles rather, and the thumb pick. So I'll do this at an angle like this on this side of this side, and I'll get a bevel.
Okay, I'm finishing up the bevel on the bottom. There's a very slight V on the bottom. Then I'm going to go and do a bevel on the top, just very slightly, just to make sure everything's smooth on both sides, left and right side. I don't have any rough areas from using the snips. You can just use a Dremel the entire process and not do any snips. However, that'll take a long time. It's easier just to snap the sides off. It goes a lot faster that way for me. And this material is, it will kind of curdle. It's a plastic, so it'll get hot, and sometimes a piece will want to fly up and hit you. So don't get close to it. You should wear glasses doing anything like this, but I take my chances. Okay, we're getting close. It's starting to look pretty good. And it's going to be smooth. And you go play it, and if it's still a little rough, you know what to do. You just kind of fine tune it a little bit more. Where this V hits is the most crucial part. Okay, let's give that a shot. One other thing about playing with your fingers, I'll go ahead and show you here. I'm going to use the fine side of the emery board, not the rough side that I use with the pick. My wife told me this many years ago, and I've been doing it ever since, and she's right. I don't break my fingernails. I don't break them. Now, I don't have them too long, but I have them just enough to grab a little bit of string. Now, here's how you keep them from breaking. You file in the same direction. So once you, like if your fingernails get too long, they're going to trip you up just like a thumb pick would. So what you do is you start like this, and you roll your finger in one direction. You roll your finger in one direction. You're training your cuticle to grow in that direction. If you saw back and forth, it's going to destroy your cuticle, and it'd be easy to catch the string and rip it, and then it'll just get destroyed. But if you do it in one direction, and then you do your middle, you roll it. You roll it. I'll do it upside down. Let's see if I can. I'm trying to figure out the best way to catch it here. I'm standing on my head with a tripod. Okay, and you just roll it. You roll it, just a loop. And you only have to do that a little bit, and you'll have a finished edge on your fingers. One other thing before I play a gig, I always go wash my hands. Always. Because you're touching stuff, you're touching cables, you're touching gear. Always have clean hands when you play. Something about it makes it easier to play. Your hands aren't sticky. They just slide around a lot easier. Maybe, some people wear lucky socks when they're pitching a baseball game. I wash my hands. That's my gig. So, all right, moving on. Okay, so first things first, we have to learn some finger assignment exercises here. And this is super easy. Let's just make it as easy as we can, okay? So the old open position C chord. This is a good one to start with. And you're going to want to do this thousands of times. Every day you want to practice this because you're going to be training your muscle memory. So the best way would be your thumb is going to be on the 5th string. That's a C note. And
And then you're going to skip the 4th string, and your first finger is going to be on the 3rd string and open G note. Thumb first, 5th string, 3rd string. Now, when you do that, your thumb is ready to hit the 4th string you skipped. Thumb first, thumb. Now we're going to use the middle finger, 5th string on thumb, 1st finger, 3rd string, thumb on 4th string, middle finger, 2nd string, that's a C note. Thumb, 1st, thumb, middle, 5th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. Thumb, 1st, thumb, middle. Now, let's say we're going to play a progression. We're going to play a progression in C, something simple. So we're going to play the C, then we're going to go to an F, then we're going to go to a G. Well, how would you do that and still keep everything rolling? It's not that complicated once you slow it down. So the biggest thing about this is do not try and speed up. That's a huge mistake everybody makes. They get excited, they want to take off, and they don't get the basics. So for me, my thumb is going to be on the C note on the 5th string. That's the chord arpeggio. Now to go to F, this is simple. These 2 fingers drop down, so now you have a triad for F. Okay, so now you can put your thumb up here. So now it's thumb on the 6th string, and then your finger assignments stay the same on the 4-3-2 string. So at 6th string thumb, 3rd string first, then thumb on 4th string, then middle finger on B string, which is the 2nd string. So now these notes are F, A, F, C. So I'll demonstrate. I'll go C to F. I'm going to change back to C. Now we're going to go to the 5 chord. We're going to go to G. And then you can make your G chord with just 2 fingers. And then it's the same finger assignment like the F. So it's the G with your 3rd finger. So that's 6th string, then 3rd string, 1st finger, and then thumb on 4th string, open D, and then middle finger on 2nd string, that's a D note. So these string patterns are 5, 3, 4, 2 for the C chord. Then you make an F on the 4-3-2 string, and then throw your thumb over for the root. And then your pattern is 6, 3, 4, 2 string. And then when you change to G, you just use 2. You can do it many different ways, but just to keep it simple, we're doing it this way. Then it's the same right hand pattern for this. 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. So now just practice that 1,000 times, because you'll eventually get it super smooth, and then you'll start to learn how to drift your note a little bit with time, And that way it's not sounding very static like a typewriter. You can accent the beats in a different way. Okay, here is a great little exercise I learned a long time ago. I stole it from somebody. It really helps you get your rapid fire with this right hand. And you're going to want to start this super slow and build up. Warming up's really important for the guitar. I haven't warmed up properly today, but I'm going to attempt this anyway. So this is a cool lick. You can, it's like a country thing you can use in the key of G. And then there's the old blues motif, which is 7th fret, 6th fret on the 3rd and 2nd string. Slide it down half step. So these notes are D and F, D flat E, C and E flat, B and D. Okay. Now, I'm not going to use my first finger on this one because I used to do this lick hybrid picking, and my first finger had to hold a flat pick. So I trained myself not to use my finger, my first finger on this. So I had this rapid fire thing I can do with my thumb and middle finger because I was used to that. So this is a cool way to build up that middle finger dexterity. Okay, so you're hitting the 2nd string, 3rd string, middle finger, thumb, and then open. Slide it down. Now you can throw that first finger in for hitting your 2 double stops, because you could get out of that lick with your thumb doing a descending line. So now I'm using my thumb to go lower because I'm leading down that lick. I'm basically using my thumb to travel down vertically. So you can see the guitar vertically this way, or you can see the guitar horizontally. And you can do it both ways. You can mix and match as you choose. So that is loosely based on like a G blues lick. G, F, E, pull off to D. C, F, C, and then D flat. It's D flat to C, B flat, G, then B flat to B. Something along those lines. There's another cool thing with your fingers. You can really articulate double stops, which is kind of what this lick is based off of. So a G bar chord like this, you can think vertically down, and then you have a power chord, which is G, D, G, Then you have a proper triad, so that's D, G, B, the third. Then you have another proper triad, that's G, B, D. Then another proper triad, G, D. Well, it's not proper. It's exactly like the top. Well, no, that's right. B, G, B, D, G. So the only one you don't get a third in is the very top one. So then I can use my finger to get both notes at the same volume. So you can use these, instead of pinching with a hybrid style with a flat pick, you can do it and get a little more articulation and clarity in the note if you work on your dynamic and attack. So I would practice double stops. Here's another cool lick for double stops. Same idea. You can do everything I just did and slide it down a half a step and slide it back up. All I did was this chord, and I'm just doing 2 notes at a time of the bar chord. And then you can go up here to a 7th. Here's G, A, B. Then you can have the F here. And all that comes out with your fingers. One last thing on that rapid fire lick. You can travel up on the G and B string. So you can use your inversions. So this is B and D here. This is D and F. This is F and A. And this is 12th fret. This is G and B. And then 14 and 13, this is A and C. Half step up. So once you get used to thumb and middle finger, you can add the first finger and get, I guess it's a sextuplet. It's like a really fast triplet. Da 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 da. It's a da 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 da. So that's thumb, middle finger, then first finger on the 3rd string. So it's 3rd string thumb, middle finger 2nd string, and then first finger on the 3rd string again. Thumb, middle, first, but only on 2 strings. So you're shortening your arpeggio from the chord finger assignment, because now you're doing a lick. And once you get that snuck in there, then you can learn to do all that on 1 string. So this is a good way to alternate So this is thumb first, thumb middle. Helps when you warm up, get it smoother. Brent Mason does this. So Brent Mason will do all that finger assignment of thumb first, thumb middle. He will do that on one string. And it's blazing fast. He's really smooth with it. So I hope that gives you something to chew on for getting some of your finger assignments. I've got another exercise I want to show you just in a second. And that is a really good one for basically moving in two directions on the fretboard at the same time. So stick around for that. Okay, so here's another exercise that actually can be musical. I've used this idea sometimes when I'm playing a solo to build tension, because it starts to kind of get, you can kind of get wild with it, especially if you're playing with a big distorted tone and you're just kind of trying to burn and make some chaos. But the best way to practice it would be to do it clean. And this is something that's super easy. It's just the E major scale. And you're leading with your thumb. And you keep your roll going with the first and second finger. Okay? So, great little exercise. Do this and just go slow and don't try and speed it up. And just have fun with it. Improvise and then see how far you can go before you have a little train wreck. But it's really simple. It is just E and then D sharp, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp. It's just the major scale. I'm walking it down. Okay? So now, while you're doing that, have a banjo roll going. So your middle finger is on the first string, and your second finger is on the second. Your middle finger is on the first string. Your first finger is on the second string. And if you mess up, and if you're not clean, you're going to get an open G string or an open D string doing this, and it's not going to sound good. So you want to start slow, and then you can improvise. Something super easy. It just looks harder than it is. You're just improvising in the key of E major for this particular exercise. And I'm just kind of changing shapes up and changing some of the walking. So it's just diatonic major scale stuff, and I'm just improvising everything. So that's also a good exercise for your brain to try and improvise and come up with ideas while that roll is still going. So, once you think about it, you're going to screw up. It's kind of like the tightrope. Walking on a tightrope, you look down, you're done, right? So you just got to try and turn your brain off for that kind of thing. But just start it slow. I decided to go up instead of down. And then you can lay your finger down while you're trying to get that roll happening. just have fun with it. That's the cool thing about guitar. You just have fun. My motto that I tell all my students, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. So push yourself. And if you have any questions about any of this, just feel free to shoot me a message in the comments. I really appreciate all the new subs. It's just been awesome getting some great feedback and doing this kind of content. I'm going to be doing a lot more of it. And happy to share what I've been working on up to this point. There's tons of just very skilled players, and everybody has their own little recipes of things. So there's not a right way or wrong way to do this. It's just an individualistic way. And that's something I've worked towards, is just kind of cooking up my own thing. And I'm just super grateful people dig it. So thanks so much. Appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll see you around.